Hey guys, if you're early to late mid-game, you've likely started messing around with Materia Fusion and are looking into how to get better Materia with better stats. You might want to start putting that 500% HP boost on something more useful to free up a Materia slot, or want to turn that 500% HP boost into 1000%. You'll need several different things to make that happen, but one supply you'll need a ton of is SP, or Soldier Points. You get it from winning battles and from the DMW jackpots. Just a quick note for the people that were worried about losing SP when AFK farming up your Materia levels that commented on my AFK farming video, there's a net gain in SP instead of a net loss, so it's also technically an SP farm. You lose 10 SP roughly every 6 to 10 seconds to the roulette, meaning 60 to 100 SP every minute, and gain 1000 SP per known character jackpot and 300 per unknown character jackpot. I haven't run the numbers on frequency of jackpots, but I've observed a net gain of at least 1000 SP per 10 minutes, so don't worry about losing SP while AFK farming up your Materia. Some Materia fusions don't cost much SP at all. Usually those are when you're transferring stats to a different kind of Materia. But if you want to grow the stats, it can cost you a ton of SP, and if you decide to use high-end fusion items like Lunar Harp, forget about it. You're potentially looking at hundreds of thousands of SP with one fusion. I want to show some great ways of getting SP, and you don't have to be endgame to do them. They do require certain missions unlocked, but there's a few options, so if you can't do one, and you're far away from unlocking the mission, another might suit you in the meantime. Most of these can be done in the 6 series missions, Seeking Precious Items, which becomes available Chapter 2, so I strongly suggest putting time into those. 2 of the following options are battle-related, so take that into account. If you want to gain levels, battle-related SP is a great way to go. If you want to keep your levels low, non-battling SP gain might be a better option. The first option is farming demons for their rare drop, Darkness Materia. They can be found in 226, 231, 634, 635, 732, and 733. Equip a Mog's Amulet and run around killing demons, and they'll each drop a Darkness Materia that's worth 6000 SP. Or you can AFK master the Materia after, and they're worth over 78,000 SP each. Demons cast death, so you want to knock them out quick or give yourself death proof with a safety bit or status ward / hell Materia combo. But I don't even bother. I can one-punch each of them before they get to their death spells, since they cast wall first, and you know they're slow if I can drop them all with punches before they pop any deaths. You can use their drops against them as well and melt them quickly with Darkness Materia in one or a few shots depending on your loadout. Darkness is also great for another SP farm, so this is worth checking out for sure. You can get Mog's Amulet from Mission 764 or from the Sector 7 shop, and it enables rare drops and steals. You should get this item as soon as possible. The next option is farming movers, the 3 bouncing balls. They come in 4 varieties, and I'm going to focus on the first 3, since I'm trying to give mid-game farms now. You can find movers in 852, mover REs in 233 to 235, 641 to 643, and 861. You can find mover EXs in 252, 253, 655 to 663, and 765. Movers give insane base SP per kill, and the SP they give is multiplied by how many enemies you kill before the mover. So if there's 3 enemies, 1 being a mover, save it for last so you get more than the base SP. For example, mover RE gives 4000 SP, but in a fight with 3 enemies, saving it for last gives you 12,000 SP. They have very high defense, so you can't expect to drop them easily with auto attacks or spells. It's best to use non-physical, non-magical damage, meaning something like one of your punches or Darkness Materia. Also, make sure to flawlessly finish those fights. You lose bonus SP yield taking damage. I don't think regular movers are worth it since they give 2000 SP base per kill, and their rare steals are Hypno Crowns. Also, they're the mission end fight of 852, so you get 1 fight per mission that you have to run to, and you need to constantly skip the Yuffie cutscenes. If you just want to try fighting movers to get the hang of defeating them, you can check them out here. The RE variant gives 4000 SP base per kill, and you can steal the high-end fusing material Lunar Harp from them, which boosts your MP stat in Materia Fusion. They're the end fight in 641, an uncommon regular fight in 642, a more common regular fight in 643, and in this mission they frequently spawn in 2s, and a commonish fight in 861, but they seem to spawn solo. The EX variant are the strongest of the 3 I mentioned. They're worth 8,000 SP each, and you can common steal mithril from them, a high-end fusion material to increase spirit, and rare steal flare from them, which gives an additional 10,500 SP when dusted. They're a single end fight in 655, 661, and 662, and an uncommon regular fight in 656, 663, and 765. They're a bit of a pain to farm since they take more damage and usually spawn in some nightmare arrangement with other enemies. For most of these missions, get good at dodging flare and ultima. The best mid-game mission for these, in my opinion, is 656, since they're relatively regularly spawn with a single Sahagin Prince. Drop the Prince, steal a flare, and kill the mover. It gets you over 26,000 SP in like 5 seconds. 16,000 from the fight, and 10,000 from dusting the flare. If you decide to AFK level flares up before dusting them, you'll get 137,000 SP per mastered flare, meaning 822,000 SP if you farmed up 6 flares. And depending on how many you've farmed, meaning how many movers or other enemies you've beaten, you might get a bunch of levels too, since you're sitting on a ton of experience points that the game will resolve while you're AFK boosting the flares. Finally, if you don't want to fight for stuff, you can just dust materia after buying it. There are several ways to maximize your SP yield, but I haven't messed around with too many combinations yet. For now, I'll give 2 options. The Sector 5 Materia shop sells silence for 1,000 gil that translates to 1,010 SP, basically turning money into SP quickly. Or you can AFK master it to turn each into 13,000 SP. But if you're going to AFK farm up materia levels, you're better off converting an HP plus materia from the Sector 8 Materia shop and Graviga from the Bone Village Materia shop into an elemental ward and mastering that for over 160,000 SP a pop. If Graviga is a bit too pricey for you, it's definitely too much for me. You can also use Phyraga, Blizzaga, or Thundaga instead of Graviga, and you'll still get the elemental ward. You might even have all the supplies to get yourself over 160,000 SP AFK farming in your inventory right now. 6 mastered elemental wards gives you well over 800,000 SP, and is pretty much all AFK. Of course, you can take a slightly more active role in the materia level boosting if you have Cisne and or Moogle limits, since triggering Cisne makes the other limits more likely, which makes materia leveling more likely, and Moogle just straight up levels materia with its limit. As a final note, I didn't include info on the 2 series missions since I haven't unlocked those in Reunion yet. Sorry, these videos take forever, and I'm still working on endgame in Chapter 4 before advancing to the end of the story. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. Peace.